Hey guys, Chris here. You join me here in the brand new 2019 Volvo V60 T6 Inscription, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys Volvo's Sensus Infotainment system and their 12-inch digital gauge cluster here in their newest vehicle. So let's start off with Volvo's 12.1-inch digital gauge cluster. It's really crisp in HD and has really nice colors. One of the best in the business, in my opinion. On the left side, we have an analog speedometer with a digital speedometer there in the middle of the analog speedometer. On the right side, we have the tachometer, and then we have the gear selector there in the middle. We're currently in park, and as you can see, the car is idling because it's rather hot outside, and filming without AC inside this car in the boiling sun will just get too hot. So below the digital speedometer, we have the current speed limit on the road you're driving. So that's read by the IntelliSafe camera up here in the windshield, but it's also cross-referenced with GPS data. Below that, we have the odometer, and then we have the trip computer. Down there to the left, you have the current cruise control mode you are in. So when you toggle the switches here on the steering wheel, it will tell you what mode you are in. Down there to the right, you have the range, 170 kilometers. You have the fuel gauge. We have, a little less than half a tank left. And then you have the current since last reset consumption, 9.3 liters per 100 kilometers. I'll put that up in miles per gallon on the screen. Up there in the middle, you have the outside temperature, which shows 25 degrees Celsius. You have DRL indicating, or you have the green lights there indicating we have the DRLs activated. And then you have the clock there on the right side. And then also right below there, you have a seatbelt prompt. So as you can see in the middle here, we have actually chosen to show nothing. That is the default setting, but you can also show current media. And then that will pop up there. That's the song I'm playing, Storepe. And then you have also show map. And then you can see there the actual gauges became smaller, and then you got the map in the middle. That's where what I like to use. So show you that, guys, again. There the speedometer and tachometer become a little bigger, and here they become a bit smaller, and then they also move a bit out of the way. So showing us their current position is Sverigesgata here in Trondheim. But you can also, let's do the different themes. So you can all do it normal or bright. No, that is the screen here. You can do it normal or bright. I do apologize. But you have here the display themes. You have glass, minimalistic, performance, and chrome rings. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So glass looks like that. Minimalistic looks like that, and then you have performance, which is what this car was defaulted to when I picked it up on Monday, and then you have chrome rings, which actually is my favorite. That's the theme I used in my old XC90 and what I use in my current XC90, but since this is a more sporty car, I'm gonna go ahead and choose chrome rings. No performance, I do apologize. Then we move over to the Sensus Infotainment Screen, 9.3 inches diagonal. And for you guys who have seen my Volvo videos, who have seen any of my previous videos on this infotainment system, nothing much has changed since last year. I think nothing has changed, actually, so we'll see if we can find any changes. But for you guys who haven't seen this before, I'm going to go through and show you guys what it looks like. So here we have the navigation screen. This is the GPS, and just like the one we had in between the gauges, it shows the current position. And then you have here, this is just the icon for the GPS, and when you press that, that screen collapses, and you have 4 panes here. So this is GPS, it's always GPS, and then you have your media here, and then you press that to play, but you can also press that to collapse. No, you press this home button to collapse this. Let's see what happens. Yes, we do that to collapse. And then you have the third pane, which is your phone, and there you have, I have a missed call from Tom. And then down here you have, this is the download center screen, but down here it will also always show you your last chosen app. So this is kind of customizable, but it shows you your last app. Swipe to the left, you have car functions, and you can scroll down to see more car functions. But up top you have the most basic. You have ESC Sport Mode, you have Lane Keeping Aid, you have Park Assist, Cross Traffic Alert with Rear Cross Traffic Alert, you have a Distance Alert, which will actually show you a warning prompt in the heads-up display, which this car is equipped with. I don't like that because I think it shows you the prompt when you're not very close to the car. Here you have Auto Start Stop, which you can turn on and off. We're going to turn that off. And you have the camera. This car is equipped with the 360 camera. Looks like that is so good. It's like a drone above the car. It really, you know, fucks with your head when you're like in a parking garage the first time you see this, because it looks like you're seeing the car from, I don't know, about 10 yards above, or not 10 yards, 10 feet above, about 3 meters above. And when you're in a parking garage which has a really low ceiling, your brain just doesn't understand how that is possible. You can also press the individual cameras here. So that's the front camera. Press back to 360 camera. You can press the rear camera. Looks like that. Back to 360 camera, and then you have the side cameras, which are located below the wing mirrors. And go back to camera, 360 camera. That's what it looks like. You have the lines that you can activate, and you can turn them off. If I put the car into reverse, you get the lines. When I, you know, turn the steering wheel, you can see where the wheels are going, both the front wheels and the rear wheels. Put the car back into park, and then push the home button there to get back to the screen here. Park in and park out is the automatic or semi-automatic parking function. It controls the steering wheel, but you do have to modulate the brake, and you do have to put it in drive and to put it in reverse by yourself. Here you can fold down the rear headrest. They are fold down, and then you can adjust the heads-up display. Here you can activate and deactivate the heads-up display, blind spot monitoring, road sign information. So as I showed you, the things like the speed limit, it will read where you're not allowed to pass, passing prohibited signs, it will read. Connected safety is the communication with other Volvos in the area. So if you have a Volvo that is close, where, for example, the traction control or the ESC was activated, it will inform cars that are close by and inform the cars that that piece of road or that stretch of road is slippery. Here you also have speed sign assistance, which is the same as road sign assistance. I don't know the difference between them. And then you have cruise control. So if you press this button, you deactivate the adaptive cruise control, and you only have normal cruise control. But I do like my adaptive cruise control. Here you can adjust the passenger seat from the driver's seat. So press that, and then while controlling the seat controls on your seat, the driver's seat, the passenger seat moves about. Really cool and really practical, actually. Reduced guard is, so say you're on a ferry where you have sea motion and you lock the car normally. When the boat starts moving, your alarm will activate. If you press that, you have reduced guard. So it's still on for break-ins, but it's reduced for motion. That's really practical. Private locking, I'm not quite sure what that is, but you can set your master passcode and keep it in a safe place. So I think you can lock the car. So even when you lock it with a key, if somebody gets the key, they still can't use the car without pressing a private passcode there. Cornering lights, the fog lights work as cornering lights when cornering, really practical at low speed maneuvering when it's dark. And then you have active bending headlights, you can turn that off. And then you have wiper service position, so press that, and as you can see, or you can't see, but the wipers do move in the position where you can change them. Collision avoidance assistance, I don't know why you would want to turn that off, but you can turn that off. That's a system where, say you're driving down a road and the car in front of you just emergency brakes, or there is a car stop. If the car knows it can't come to a full stop with the distance and the speed, it will, avoid the car. So it will actually take over the steering and drive around the car. back to here to the right side. Here we have applications: FM, AM radio, DAB radio, Bluetooth, USB, iPod connecting, Spotify, which is an app you have to download here from the download center, sound experience, message, car status, actually really practical here, car status, oil levels, TMPS, appointments, stuff like that. You don't have any appointments there. And as you can see here, that was the last app I chose, so that's why it shows down there in the bottom pane. Driver performance looks like this. So here is the fuel consumption and the pass. So as you can see, the last 71 hours, actually since the car was new, you can see that I don't drive economical at all, because the last kilometers is where I've driven. No, that's actually from 3,036, 3,360, and the last, I'm not sure what that means. Well, okay, doesn't matter. That's what that looks like, and you can download different apps here from the download center. So system updates, no, we're not going to go there. Application updates, system maps, new apps. And yeah, you have different types of apps here. I don't know what half of them are, but wiki locations. I'll probably do a future video, try these apps out, but we're not going to do that now. This is just an overview video of the Sensus Infotainment system. So we've gone through car functions and applications. So we're just going to show you how the GPS works. So you set your destination here, and then you can filter the cities and streets, accommodation. But you can also just type in the address here. So let's see what that looks like. Let's just do Paris. How far are we from Paris? And well, it shows things called Paris that are close by. But let's do advanced filter and do cities. Go back and see what it shows. A lot of cities called Paris, and there you have Paris, France. Press that and start navigation. Let's see how far that is to drive from Trondheim to Paris. Calculating, that is a long route. So country border, yes, that is okay. So 2,304 kilometers. We will be there 1646. Is that tomorrow or in 2 days? I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's see if we can get the itinerary. Yeah, so today it is the 12th and the 13th. So tomorrow, if we drive for 24 hours non-stop, we will get to Paris. I don't think we're going to do that. You can also expand the navigation screen here, and then it occupies almost the whole screen and looks really nice, and actually zooms out a bit. And that's what that looks like when it's collapsed, and that's what it looks like when it's zoomed in. You can also change to 2D view, 3D view, and it also up in the right corner shows you the direction the car is pointed. We're pointed south. You can expand this to cancel, set more destinations. You can unmute. I don't like, the navigation lady, so I also always have that muted. And then you have more stuff here. Ahead, turn by turn, detour. You can repeat the last voice command and the itinerary. So just gonna do a cancel. We're not going to Paris. Collapse that, but also if you do expand that and then you press the home button, that will collapse. Here you have the media. I currently have the Spotify app installed here in this car, and this is my playlist called 2018, the current song there, and then you can play the song. No, play this song, because I can actually play this song. I have permission from the artist to actually play this song in my video. So that's what that looks like. And when you play music from the Spotify app, it is lossless compared to Bluetooth, where you have loss in audio quality, this is totally lossless, and the sound is just so beautiful and so good with the Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system. We're gonna turn that down, and it does pause. Here you can scroll, and as you can see, you could, press this song to play. You can press now playing. You get up the album art. Here you have, just like in Spotify, how far you are into the song. Play, shuffle forward and backward on the track. There you can go to library, and it will just show you your library, your playlists here, and you can scroll through Spotify here. It works really nice, but you can actually also do it here on your phone. So let's go ahead and unlock my phone and hit the Spotify app here. And you can actually, control the app from the car here. No, let's see, available devices. Well, that usually works. I don't know why it's not working now, but that usually works. But sometimes it is a bit wonky. You can control the app from your phone on the car, which is actually really practical. But you can, scroll here, and you can go into settings also. And then you have your phone, you have your contacts, recent, and then you have your keypad. And then, as I showed you, the last pane here is the last chosen car app. Up here, we are now, that shows my service. I have 4 bars of service. Bluetooth is connected, and that is, I think that's GPS. I'm not sure what that arrow there is. Here we are connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot. I always use my phone as a hotspot, but you can also have a SIM card installed in this car to just have your car as a hotspot also, and just tether from a SIM card, but I like using my phone. And then you have a drop-down menu here, which you have settings, you have navigation settings, and this is really practical. The app that is chosen here, when you drop down this, it will always show you the settings for that. So if we go to here, and then we don't get settings for that. It probably only works with, let's see if we can do radio. And then we go to just turn that down, and we go to DAB radio settings. So the where you are, it will always show you the settings. So that's actually really practical. What are the settings for the navigation? Well, I'm in navigation screen. Drop down here, and then navigation settings. You can do all kinds of stuff here. I'm not going to go through the details. And you also have your car settings here, your My Car, and here you can adjust everything from locking to your individual drive mode. This is really nice to know, because this car has drive mode, and then you actually have to activate the individual mode, because factory it is not it's not chosen. So you when you choose here, that individual mode isn't there from the factory. You actually have to go into the settings, and then you have to go to My Car, and then you have to activate, let's do that again, settings, and then My Car, and then individual, individual drive. People are calling me when I'm making YouTube videos. Okay, settings, My Car, individual drive mode, and then you have to activate it here. But here you can do all the settings. I have the preset is comfort, display is comfort, steering force is medium, powertrain characteristics comfort, brake characteristics normal, and then I have auto start stop turned off. So instead of while starting the car, swiping here, turning off start stop, I have it wired to my individual drive mode. So that is just quickly, guys. We have the owner's manual up here, where you can search for things. Really practical to have it there. I don't think there's actually a paper manual. There might be, but I'm not sure. But you have it here, so really, really nice and practical. And then also, as you can see here, you have the navigation manual. So that's a really nice shortcut to going to that. So there you go, guys. That was just a quick tour of the Sensus Infotainment System here on the 2019 Volvo V90 T6 inscription, and also a quick tour of the digital gauge cluster. Are there any things related to these screens and this system you want me to go through in more detail? Leave a comment down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.